Hello guys, Michelangelo here and welcome to another music review. This time I'm going to review a full-length album by the greatest, Hamasaki Ayumi, and it's her second full-length album, LOVEppears. This album contains a very solid dance vibe from the 90s that I really love. It's this like electronica atmosphere, but it's well done, it's well crafted, it's not over the top, it's not exaggerated. It's perfect, really. It's well crafted, as I said, and you can really feel this amazing musical paradise. So I have many things to say about this album, but before I start with the track-by-track analysis, I wanted to share with you guys my interpretation of the title. So the official pronunciation is LOVEppears, right? It's a combination between love and appears. I prefer to pronounce it like LOVEppears. Why? Because I think the verb appear has this phoneme, right? And the word love has a similar pronouns, like kind of similar. So when we combine both words, we have a new verb. So the intention is to create a new verb, and I feel that the meaning is that what appears is love. So it is implied within the verb l'appear, to l'appear, that what comes into view is love. So that's the way I interpret the title. It's very interesting to see it like that. So yeah. But anyway, I have so many things to say about this album, and it has a lot of tracks, so let's get started right now. Track 1 is Introduction. This instrumental track starts powerfully. It sounds like a track of a video game soundtrack, I want to say. It attacks you in a way with those aggressive synths that go pretty fast, as well as the percussion. The atmosphere gets more tense and kind of crazy, which I love. This introduction represents well what the music aura of this album will be about. It's very consistent, and there's a vocal sample of Ayu here. Subete ga. And that sample is repeated many times, and that gives the song a very uncommon yet super cool touch. And it keeps on building up. Another thing I really like about this introductory track is that it leads us to the second one, which is Fly High. It was great to start the album with a very positive and lyrically and musically strong song, full-length track. Right from the start, I was able to feel Ayu's energy. It's an electro-pop track filled with epicness. So the pre-verses are so cool because it's Ayu talking like very fast with an old radio kind of filter, and then we hear Ayu's like voice without any filter, and I like that. And that little rap is a really nice touch. So the rap made me feel this idea of getting straight to the point, and then the verses are sung very like I feel like carefree. It's a very carefree song. The composition of the song is very exciting and keeps you wanting more. I love the instruments. Here we can hear this like whoosh sounds, and that whoosh sound is repeated many times in the song, and I like this part too. I love the atmosphere of this song. It's very futuristic, The subepega that we heard the previous track is part of this song. Now the lyrics are about believing in one's strength. Although we stumble many times, we stumble upon uncertainty, envy, doubts. Even though the sky is big and blue, there's something that makes us feel this uncertainty. We need to analyze that situation and feel our power so that we can use that big blue sky to fly high and never fall down, of course. This part touched me. I've got it all in my hand. If I don't move, I won't go anywhere. I've got it all in my hand. But if I don't start it, it won't start by itself. In other words, we have to move. Good things won't just show up. We have to create them, and the bad things will also be there. That's a fact. But we must believe firmly in our inner power. So, the word for fly high is drive. Track 3 is trauma. It starts with a sparkling electric guitar, and before long, we hear the chorus, which is one of the main highlights of this song. Kyou no ureshikatta ka o, kyou no kanashikatta ka o. It's very catchy, and I also love the choreography. It's very cute. So this song is another upbeat song whose energy is very well transmitted. I love the instrumentals after the chorus. Ba, 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 da. I find the instrumentals very fashionable. They follow that like cool dance vibe, and it doesn't get tired at all. I mean, hearing them, it's perfect, really. Lyric-wise, I find the lyrics very interesting. You know that Ayu is one of those artists who entitles their songs in English, and most of the time the word is not included within the lyrics. So this one follows that pattern, and I'm trying to match the title and the lyrics. So I picture a comparison of past, present, and future. And she sings about moods and wounds that our hearts face day by day. Time's cruel. Everything is fine today. We felt bad before, and we got over it. However, the next day we find another thing that makes us sad. But we already got over a sad experience. Why more? So I think that's what Ayu's feeling. She can control the time passing, and time brings more bittersweet moments. So it's like all this causes Ayu to have this like psychological injury, let's say, this trauma. And the sad things that time makes us feel makes us lose our balance. We don't appreciate the good things, like the flowers in the garden and such. We feel like the ground we are stepping on is shaking. So I think that's the idea of the trauma. We experience those like incessantly doubts. We lose our balance. She sings, the sanity and insanity that I was given are mine only. Both exist together without negating the other. So that makes me think about like, those aspects, right? Sometimes the things that don't go well make our heads go like kind of crazy in a way, because like as I said, like it's like an incessant situation, let's say. So that is very deep and makes us reflect about how our minds behave. I need to keep on studying this song even more, but I like the fact that she covers this like mental instability that comes from the passing of time and the search for happiness. So the word for trauma is instability. Track 4 is and then. This is another super meaningful, perfectly crafted song. I love the fact that it flows so well with this dance beat that screams 90s. It's very mysterious with the stance and then with Ayu's voice. The instrumental parts after the choruses have this intriguing second beat. I think the instrument is called kicks. So as we keep on listening to that instrumental part, the kicks get more intense. So we have mainly we have three parts of that instrumental section. So each time it gets stronger with those kicks, and the intensity, we can feel that intensity growing. So it's a good built-up feature and makes a song which is not a super heavy dance track, a subliminally heavy track. Lyrically, Ayu starts the song by telling us a story she was told a long time ago. She doesn't even remember the face of the person. That part was very, very mysterious. The song is about finding and appreciating the important things and realizing that they are things we can't really see. We live in a world where superficiality, consumerism get fatter, stronger in people's heads. And so we just care about things we can see, touch, use, and throw away. I also like it when she sings, "Those who were born incomplete will become complete." It makes me think that when we are kids, very, very young, there are many parts missing, and as we grow up, if we appreciate the important non-tangible things and make them our engine to move on, we'll start filling those gaps, and therefore we will reach the next stage consistently. She also says that she was told that we can't stay in the same place forever. Moving is another important part of life, and it contributes that idea of getting complete. Getting stuck wherever is harmful in the long term. So now it's time to reflect a lot about all this. The real sight of life can't be done with the eyes, but with the heart. Here. That's what the song makes me conclude. So the word for and then is fulfillment. Track 5 is immature. We hear Ayu's voice right from the start. Very sweet. I like the singing introductions. They grab your attention so quickly. I also love the instrumentation. The synth here is adorable, and the percussion is very fashionable and very consistent. Bam, bam. I love the sweetness in Ayu's voice. Once again, sincerity can be felt. The chorus is so catchy. It's wordy, but I love how well it flows. Again, the beat is great. I love the percussion. It really keeps us dancing when we hear Ayu's analysis of life at that point, right? The lyrics involve Ayu and some friends, let's say, and a reflection about how they saw life at some point in their young lives. A phrase is stuck in my mind. We were born to be happy. It's a wish that comes from our heart. Our heart dictates with pureness. Pureness is the main tool. 僕らはきっと幸せになるために I said our heart dictates with pureness as like the main, maybe not tool, but the main source. However, there are obstacles and our dreams got broken. However, our hearts will become stronger. We have to see the positive even in the negative. That's how we will open that door she mentions in the lyrics. That's what I can get from lyrics and, from my heart. So the synths in the bridge give the song a happy touch. Very happy. I feel there's hope. Once again, the arrangement tells us things as well. Not only the lyrics. So I feel it's a light-hearted atmosphere. The word for immature is quest. Track 6 is boys and girls. Na 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 na. It starts with a dance electric guitar and drums. Something exciting is gonna happen, I feel. I really like the combination of both. And then I sings the chorus that's full of good energy. Kagayaki dashita boku ra o dare ga tomeru koto nado dekiru daro. I consider this song a summer one. It's a rock dance hybrid that I find very danceable. Now the instrumental part is so catchy. I feel this song is like an anime song from 1999. The playful keyboard is very cool and makes the song more fun and more stylish. That electric guitar, the combination between the electric guitar and the drums show up stronger in the bridge, and I like how the song builds up. I feel that the bass and the electric guitar are on the same wavelength, and that's a nice touch as well. I really like the bass. The lyrics are a bit hard to interpret, because at a first glance, they show like a contradiction, kind of, in the storyline. So she talks about us, boys who began to shine and the girls who began to flap their wings, but someone can't stop them. Someone. I was thinking about that part, that it didn't make sense. Well, it's not that didn't make sense, but it's not common to have lyrics like that. Like, you are so enthusiastic, but someone will stop you. Kind of something like that. It's not. It makes us think. Maybe, I don't know, it means that we have to be aware that even though we are believing in what we are doing and we are so enthusiastic about all that, there will be people who will show envy or negative energy against us. So that's why we have to be aware. I don't know, that's an interpretation. I don't know. So the next version of the chorus shows us a more positive context, but all of a sudden, Ayu speaks of a specific guy. I don't understand that part. Maybe this song is about how boys and girls feel when they are like super excited about themselves and their dreams. But it also shows another side where they interact, like a boy and a girl like interacting. Maybe, I don't know, like different like situations involving boys and girls. I'm not sure. These lyrics are interesting, kind of tricky, but to be honest, I don't really want to dwell too much on them. I don't want to look for a specific meaning because the arrangement, the music, and the aura are so good. So I think like thinking too much about a meaning is not important, to be honest. So it was a very cool track. The word for boys and girls would be determination. Track 7 is To Be. This is the first ballad of LOVEppears, and it's sweet from start to finish. The main instrumental highlight is the combination of the piano and the acoustic guitar. It's so sweet. What a great combination. Although it's not like a dance track, and this album mainly consists on dance tracks, I think it's nice to have something different. This song has a calmer atmosphere, not only musically but also lyrically. The lyrics gently touch our heart. Once again, Ayu showed us a lovely side of her songwriting talent. Ayu talks to her significant other and how important he is to her, but at the same time she is reflecting about herself and the changes that have been made after meeting this person. It's like an analysis of her like current surroundings, but taking what she left in the past into consideration. She mentions twice about some junk that his significant other is carrying, it seems like a key part of the song, and I wanted to give that concept of junk a sense, well, at least to me. Uh, Maybe people's opinions about him, because she also mentions that people saw her significant other, this guy, as a strange being. So maybe she's telling him that he's very important to her. He really is. I love the part where she sings, "How much do your arms that continue to protect that junk hurt? What have they sacrificed? Even though you'll never be perfect, you shine in your imperfection." I heard that this statement that says that human beings are perfect within their imperfection. And I think it's super true. We are not God-type creatures. We have many flaws and weak points, but we can stand out and shine no matter the side of us, that side of us, and any mishap that we come across while walking. Instead of a declaration of love, I would say it's a declaration of empathy. So the tender feelings are like paired up with that soft instrumentation. The volume of the song is a bit lower than the previous songs, so I think of those features. It was a very sweet and soothing song. The word for to be is support. Track 8 is end roll. It starts with a tambourine or something like that, and then a pair of synths show up, and they inspire some type of sadness. That start is so emotional. And also we hear a piano that makes this sadness atmosphere like stronger. I use deep tones are serious and they contain a load, an emotional load, and it goes so well with the percussion. And the percussion is accompanied by a whistle-like synth that I really like. I really like that whistle-like synth. It gives the song a cute touch, even though it's a very sad song. The lyrics are heartbreaking. It's all about saying goodbye to her very special person. But it's so hard for her since the emotional connection of the two were intense and super pure. The fun times are over, unfortunately. And I feel Ayu has that image, that phrase, the fun times are over, in her head while she sings the whole song. It's so sad. The chorus with the backing vocals transmit effectively that helpless nostalgia. Ayu's sweet sadness is touching. That's how I call it, sweet sadness. That's what it is. She sings, and then I walk on. I'll try to walk on my own. I hope a light can shine in my path, even though you're not here. That part is touching and heartbreaking. I was thinking about the title. I think the word roll means a paper, a sheet of paper rolled, like a paper we put inside a bottle and we throw it to the sea. So that roll contains that farewell. Hence, it's the roll that is all about the end of this connection, maybe. The way the instrumentals embrace Ayu's lyrics and emotion is genius. There's also an electric guitar in the bridge that screams melancholy, really. It's here. I really like this song. I appreciate the emotion. It's very sad. It's hard to say goodbye, but life goes on, right? Anyway, this song was perfect. Track 9 is PS2. This is part 2 of Powder Snow, and her song from song 4, her first full-length album. I also think that PS also means postscript. It's like this song is like an extra thing she wanted to say or to add. It's like a way to conclude the composition about her feelings in part 1. Instrumentally, I think this song is the darkest out of the bunch. The percussion is saturated and very loud. I love that, along with other instruments that twinkle as we move through the song. I like that because it shows us that it's not a typical ballad. That thickness is a highlight for this song. The song has the same melody as in part 1 for the chorus, and a little part of it, like the last part, the instrument composition is a bit similar. Lyrically, the song is about a special journey, a journey that leads to the past. I like that type of topic. I feel she wants to make amends from the bottom of her heart. Memory and imagination are the things that I would take to this journey. I like those two concepts, memory and imagination. I think they are the vital essence for us to dream. So that was very interesting. Memory and imagination. Even though the first part sounds promising in a way, the second part shows us a less optimistic side, which I found interesting. She sings, for example, that the flowers that should be blooming, now they are all gone. It's like she's trying to feel happiness after sad events in the past, but still she encounters cruel reality that makes things more difficult. But she conveys those feelings with all her might. And I think that's what the song wants to make us reflect about. We are human. Even though we face inevitable sadness, we must never lose those traits that make us emotional beings. For example, crying, screaming. I mean, that's what the song makes me reflect about. The word for PS2 would be reflection. Track 10 is Whatever, Dobbs' 1999 remix. This song is extremely epic. I love the cool electronic vibe from start to finish. It's so exciting. It builds up nicely. The main synths we found in the original version, the version M from the symbol, were kept. But this time they are accompanied by a third synth, which is deeper. I love how it sounds. Actually, I love how the three of them sound together. I really feel the action within this remix. I feel action. Here you can hear the third synth. Ba 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 ba. The composition is so cool, and its epicness is deeply remarkable. The extended repetition of the instrumental part with the synths makes us go into a musical trance that I can't help but being completely attached to. The melody itself makes me think of intense thinking, something that it's repeated in our heads like the same thoughts over and over again. It's not really bad. I love this musical intense thinking situation. I love how they play with Ayu's voice. It goes along. It goes well with that epicness, right? This song screams, this dance vibe from the 90s. I love that. The beat is so sick and thick. It's so cool. Now lyrically, it's epic as well, but it's hard to interpret. Once again, Ayu is frozen. That's how she starts. She sings. I think she can move for some reason. She can't move, but her heart is telling her not to surrender. She is filled with so many feelings, but she doesn't know if they will reach out. And then she says, "But please tell this to that person. You have the power to believe without wavering." It's like she's also encouraging someone. She's not alone. She wants to be together with someone and be able to finally feel the warmth of the sun. So I feel there's hope in the distance for this song, really. The word for whatever would be waiting. Track 11 is Too Late. We start with a kind of crazy intro. It's like warming up. I like that. And then we have the full instrumental part here. I deeply adore that part. It's so creative and with such cool instruments. That whistle-like sound is very cool. Another cool thing is the filter we hear on Ayu's voice now. The old radio filter, and then I like how the filter goes away gradually until we hear Ayu's real voice texture. My super favorite part of the song is the bridge. The first time I listened to Too Late, when I reached the bridge, I was like, wow, it's so cool, and it gave the song more power since the instrumental part, although it was up-tempo, it was not that powerful. So the bridge was what the song needed to be fully epic, in my opinion. The bridge built up gradually and it's so wow. I will skip to the bridge right now. Here's the bridge. I love this bridge so much. It's so cool, you guys. I love it so much. I also like how she uses words that end with ku. For example, she uses the word twice. For example, tsuyoku, tsuyoku. Like she sings it like that, right? Tsuyoku, tsuyoku, hayaku, hayaku. I like that. It was very nice. So lyrically, I feel this song is a self-empowerment song, and I love how clear and direct the lyrics are. It's like Ayu is so happy, he's flying high. I love that spirit. Then, if the song is so uplifting and empowering, why is it called Too Late? I was wondering. I think she means it's too late to make me feel down or discouraged. I'm unstoppable. Too late. For example, your inner ghost. It's too late for them to discourage you. I think that's my interpretation. So the word for too late would be self-confidence. Track 12 is Appears, album version. I love the start to the song because it sounds so mysterious. Weird sounds, but very cool. It's like ritual sounds, something mysterious and kind of dark. I really like that. And then, 恋人たちはとても幸せそうに手をつないで歩いているからねまるで全てのことがうまくいってるかのように見えるよね本当は二人しか知らない I love this. Oh, I love this song. The chorus is so catchy. Also, the bass is stronger for this song. It has more like prominence. I like how it's being played. You know, the bass gives the song a cool extra touch. So the instrumental part is fashionable. It's not that strong, but it sticks to your mind and ear. So that's a very cool. It's a nice highlight. The chorus is super ultra catchy, as I said. I love it so much. I also love the last piano. In the last part, we hear a piano. I really like that final touch. It sounds pretty like 90s from the 90s. The lyrics are very interesting. She mainly sings about the outward appearance of lovers, like a view from the outside. We see, for example, we see lovers that are smiling and kissing and super duper happy, but in the inside we don't really know. It's like that physical exchange of love that other people see. Since it's visual, all that covers everything that is underneath. And what is underneath, maybe lots of problems and sufferings, but once again, we don't know. Only those two people know. That's a very interesting topic. It's not your typical romantic song, and I love that. Great, Ayu. Great topic. I don't think the lyrics are about like meddling with other people's lives, but I think Ayu, from her point of view, from her experience, she knows that lovers hide a lot. But it appears to be that everything is peaches and cream. So very cool lyrics and awesome song, great arrangement, great melody. I love this song. So the word for appears would be image. Track 13 is monochrome. It starts with acid synths. Very interesting intro. And then the percussion starts. I love how carefree the beat goes. It's another beat that has this 90s scent and taste that I love. And there's a piano also. A piano accompanies the instrumental parts. The beat solidly keeps on moving until the end of the song. It doesn't build up that much. I mean, it kind of keeps the intensity like this. It's a calm song in terms of arrangement, but what really is a highlight is the final part that is abrupt, that is like sudden, but oh my gosh, it's okay. It sounds like there was a problem with the CD. That was very weird. The first time I listened to this song, I was like, what happened? But first, the lyrics, okay? This song shows once again a reflective Ayu she reflects about her own life and love. She is very doubtful about her surroundings, although she kind of appreciates the summer season. But she can't really enjoy it. Everything starts to distort, and so does her emotional balance. Well, that's what I feel. Because she's doubting about what she had felt before, she says that it was maybe illusions and dreams, and that like separation from reality made her feel doubtful. That may be why she entitled the song monochrome. She can't feel the many colors. She can't really like live with those colors. And well, she just wanted to be with her significant other, but for some reason she can't. And maybe she feels she is like the main responsible, but she is pretending to feel she's all right. The last part of the song, she sings to herself, la 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 la, so as not wanting to see the truth. She says she's very strong in that last part, but when she says that sudden, the sun stops. It cuts off out of the blue. That of course was not a CD glitch. It was like purposely part of the song composition. It was like saying that she was lying to herself. She was not strong at all. I love that touch. That the composition was very cool. The single version, it's actually like, this version is like the single version, but without the last part, the very last part, or the actual last part. It's like there's a person, a guy, there's a guy that says you're right after like, we hear like he like throws the CD, so he was like listening to the CD, and when he heard Ayu saying I'm very strong, that's when he stops the CD and he says, "Yeah, right." And he left the room because we hear like he closed the door. It's wow! It's so cool, really. So the word for monochrome is pretending. Track 14 is Interlude. We have this interesting instrumental track that is very airy and sparkly. Yes. It goes. It's very sparkly. We kind of still don't know what happened in monochrome, but this interlude kind of makes us somewhat forget about it. I really like how simple this track is. It has nice synths, and they somehow follow a similar twinkling pattern as in the track introduction. This time it is very tame, it's soft, it's very tame. It's very short though. I wanted at least 25 more seconds. But anyway, it's very nice. The word for it would be break, as in like taking a break. Track 15 is Love Refrain. I really like the percussion in this song. Along with the bass, makes us somewhat heavy atmosphere, and that's the main difference with the Love Destiny song. Love Destiny was released as a single before this, prior to this album, and I like that version too. But it's like it's tamer, softer, and this song, and I really like the percussion, along with some sounds, like a male voice a male voice saying something, and then other sounds they add this like urban flavor, and I really like that urban flavor or touch. But there's also an acoustic guitar, and along with the triangle, adds some sweetness to to the song. So that was very nice too. I use medium register. I don't know if it's middle register, like not high, not low. It's like in the middle. This register is very nice. I like how she sings. It's like she's very careful not to sound too over the top. I really like this voice containment. She doesn't sound exaggerated. I like that because it goes well with the softness of the lyrics. And now, the lyrics. They are extremely beautiful. They are not dark, they are not tragic. There is appreciation, there is reflection, and thankfulness. Arigato. I like this urban flavor. Back to the lyrics. She is aware that there are sad things, there's loneliness, but above all, she's so thankful for having met her significant other. And I can really feel the sincerity and the tenderness when she says, "Thank you, arigato." There may be things they don't agree on, or just obstacles that life inserts in their lives, but no matter what, she is always proud of this person and how he is, the person he is, and the fact of having loved him is enough for her. So it's very beautiful, very beautiful. The word for love refrain is gratitude. Track 16 is Who. This song sprinkles some kind of magic when I listen to it. It's like so tender, so sweet. It goes right to your heart. the sparkling scents that are about to come take you to a really calm land. And along with Ayu's voice, I feel I'm in paradise, really. It's very soothing, you guys, very soothing. It's a beautiful ballad. The lyrics give off pure love, really. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. Ayu talks about her special person and how he was the one who made her feel protected, happy, and hopeful. For example, she sings, "Who was beside me when the times got hard? Or whose shoulder did I cry on? Or who did I share my joy with? Who held my hand all the way? I remember now." Oh, that's so sweet. I like how she asks all those questions, like they're like piled up. And I really like how she repeats the following lines. "From now till forever, let this singing voice reach out to you." She sings that repeatedly, and oh, it's so sweet, so touching. And then at the end of the song, we hear like many people humming, and that's a great way to end this beautiful ballad. It's just the final great touch for this sweet, sweet ballad. So the word for who would be regard. Now we have the secret track, which is kanariya. I don't have anything against the ballad version, but the Jonathan Peters vocal club mix that is included in the single as the main track would have fit perfectly. Even though it's just a bonus track, I think that awesome dance mix goes perfectly with the main musical genre or vibe of LOVEppears. Also, I think the darkness of the lyrics flow better with an upbeat arrangement. I think the ballad version is not all that exciting, and the lyrics are so powerful, so I think the dance mix to me is the right one. The only thing I could say about Ayu's voice is that in the bridge, she goes way too high. It sounds like she is forcing herself, so I think it would have been better if she had sung it like 2 tones lower. Lyric-wise, it's a subliminal song. Its meaning is kind of tricky to decipher. She talks about the darkness that comes from people and the city. I feel the song is settled at night. The canaries, that concept is so intriguing. So she talks about canaries that are unable to cry. It's like they are suffering, but their emotions can be heard. At the end, the canaries may have decided not to cry. That's what she says, and that we have to hurry and to realize that. It's so hard to understand. It has something to do with the heart and dreams. I think it's about the dreams that can't be made true, and that may lead to a possibility that our heart may get broken and wounded. Maybe the canaries are like little creatures that sing next to our heart and go along with our dreams. Like they respond to our dreams in a way. And since our frustrations are high, we are scared to really fulfill our dreams, and that may lead to our dreams, or to the fact that our dreams start dying gradually, and the canaries start suffering. But since we are like putting our dreams down, we can't hear them cry. And after some time, the canaries accept the sad reality since our heart becomes a dark place. It's not colorful anymore. They purposely seize the urge to cry and they die afterwards, maybe. I don't know. It's well, it's my interpretation, but it's kind of crazy, I know. It's a very interesting and intriguing song, really. But anyway, I prefer the dance mix. The dance version is so epic. Anyway, the word for kanariya would be suppression. So this was Hamasaki Yumi's LOVEppears. And now let's take a look at the artwork. I really like this cover. She looks very beautiful and simplistic. I really like her long hair. Very nice picture. And then here we have the IU logo. I really like it. And this album contains 2 discs. The first one is the new album, and then the second one has remixes, and you can insert it into your computer and you can access a special site where you can see IU's discography, pictures, and some voice clips. And well, yes, and this is the inside. And then the other. This is disc 2. Here's the OB, the booklet, like this. I really like this picture. I really like the black and white picture. Is really, she's very nice here, very natural. Cute IU. And then we see here some like singles, previous singles. I really hope you like my review. It's a pleasure to analyze IU's lyrics. It's so much fun. Although I need to keep on working on my Japanese. レビューすることは楽しいですけど、日本語をもっと勉強しなければなりません。頑張ります。Thank you guys for your time. See you in the next video. Bye. Take care. またね。